Have you ever wondered what it's like to take the Eurostar from London to Paris and then spend a day in Paris, day tripping, seeing a bunch of cool free stuff? Well, this is your video. You don't want to miss it. I've got it all lined up, ready to go. All right, so it is barely 5 a.m. in the morning here in London at St Pancras station, and wow, what a whirlwind. So if you are taking the Eurostar, there are some really important things to know. Number one, you definitely should consider giving yourself the 90 minutes that ChatGPT recommends. Also, the amount of time that people say, anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, at least in the morning. I think giving yourself 90 minutes is really, really important because of the fact that it does take some time. One really important thing to know is that the tube does not work at 4:30 in the morning. So I had to leave my hotel at 4:30, so I ended up having to call an Uber, which definitely can add to your costs. I think it cost me like £33, and I still need to leave a tip. So definitely factor that into the mix if you're traveling. The tube I think starts at 5, so you don't want to leave at 5 because the mandatory boarding time for 6:11 is a half hour before, so it would be around 5:30. So you don't want to chance that because the lines are very long. They're really long lines. It's going to be a really full train, and as I'm here in the waiting hall right now, and it is really filling out fast. There's a lot of people coming in. The lines are very long to get in, but the great thing about it is that the lines also move very fast. So you're dealing with fast lines, everything's happening in rapid speed. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your ticket out ready to scan, and you also want to have your passport out ready to scan. You also want to be prepared for the security lines. So just make sure that you don't have to take your shoes off, but you have to take your bags, your coats, your jewelry, stuff like that. Make sure you just take it all off, put it in the bins, and get ready to go. But have everything out. I noticed that there were a couple of people who weren't paying attention or who weren't ready, and they were really holding up the line, and they were really kind of upsetting people. Being that it's 4:30 in the morning, being that I left here at 4:30 in the morning, that most people here either left at 4:30 or even earlier, most of us have not eaten yet this early in the morning, and so there's going to be a very long line for the one pastry station, the one cafe that's available. So definitely be patient if you're gonna try to get coffee, if you're trying to get something to eat. Ditto if you have to use the restrooms, because I imagine the restrooms are going to be quite busy this morning, as most people have just literally woken up and thrown clothes on and rushed to the train station. So those are a couple of things to keep in mind if you are catching the 6:11 Eurostar from London to Paris. The good thing is that it will get us into Paris at around 9:20. The process for immigration went very quickly. You pass 2 different forms of immigration. You pass the UK, they scan it, and then you move over to the French, they scan it. UK has already rolled out their electronic visas, so if you're flying to the UK, you need to get your visa. It's really easy. When you buy your ticket, just follow the instructions that the airline gives you to procuring your e-visa. You fill out that electronic form. The visa comes in a day or two electronically. It's embedded in your passport, so you don't have to worry about anything. So that part's easy for the UK. Going into the EU now will soon require an electronic visa as well. However, their system isn't up and running yet, because I know that it's changing due to glitches in developing the system. So in Paris, here we come. All right, it's almost 10 o'clock here in Paris, and thank God for Google Maps, because without Google Maps, I would be so royally effed. The subway, once you figure it out, is not too bad. It was just getting the actual metro ticket. They don't use oyster shells, so you just can't use your credit card. You just can't tap. You have to go and buy tickets using a machine, and there's like a particularly sadistic way they go about it. When you try to press English, it doesn't depress on English, and so you gotta buy it. You gotta remember that high school and university French kicking in. But I was able to buy it appropriately and get 5 tickets, so I'm good. Right now we are gonna be headed over to the Musée de Carnavalet, which is the history of Paris. It's supposed to be free, so let's check it out. If you want to understand the soul of Paris without spending a single euro, your first stop has to be the Musée de Carnavalet. It's housed in a spectacular Renaissance palace right in the Marais district. Walking through these gates feels like stepping straight into a time capsule of pure, unadulterated opulence. The museum chronicles the entire history of Paris, but it truly shines as a glittering, and I mean glittering, showcase for the French aristocracy of times past. The sheer scale of the wealth on display here, the intricate woodwork, the gold leaf, the formal reception rooms, it is completely mesmerizing, and it forces you to realize that the Parisian style we all romanticize was deeply rooted in the extreme luxury of the elite that you're going to see here. But here's what I found most fascinating while exploring these halls. The Paris we know today, the city of romance, symmetry, and grand design, it was actually born out of sheer frustration. Because for centuries, you see, Paris actually wasn't beautiful. In fact, it was ugly. It was claustrophobic, a ramshackled mess of medieval hovels, muddy shanties, and dark, disease-ridden alleys. Fast forward to the mid-1800s, and the ruler of France at that time, the Emperor Napoleon III, decided he was done with all the squalor. He wanted a capital that would reflect the absolute grandeur and power of France. In 1853, he launched one of the most radical urban planning projects in human history. The decree was simple: tear down these shanties, clear out the hovels, and build masterpieces. Strict new design standards were put into place. Every single building had to match in height, material, and symmetry. They mandated uniform limestone facades, those famous wrought iron balconies you see, and elegant ornate flourishes. The massive, purposeful destruction is exactly why Paris today looks the way it does. The alluring beauty, the grand perspectives and boulevards, the breathtaking harmony, it didn't happen by accident. It was designed to awe you and overwhelm you with beauty. And the best part is that walking all of these historic avenues and soaking it all in will not cost you a single cent. After the Musée de Carnavalet, I went to the Café de la Musée, which is a restaurant that's housed in between the Carnavalet Museum and Victor Hugo's museum, his house in the Vosges. And it's a really convenient spot with some really great food. I had the beef bourguignon, and it was delicious. It came with like a side of mashed potatoes and a soup, like a cauliflower soup. It was impeccable. It was honestly, I felt like I was at my grandmother's house eating a home-cooked meal. It felt so exquisitely perfect. The only thing was that it just needed a little bit more salt, and all I could hear was Julia Child in the background. Simca, this beef bourguignon needs salt! Now, just a short walk from both the Musée de Carnavalet and the restaurant, the Café de Musée, you hit the crown jewel of the Marais, and that is the Place de Vosges. Built by King Henry, I think it's the 4th, in the early 1600s. This is the oldest planned square in Paris. The symmetry here is unreal. 36 perfectly identical red brick and stone pavilions framing a gorgeous central park. Before this was built,
European cities didn't really do public parks like this, but the king wanted a unified, beautiful space for the public to promenade. Today, it's completely free to wander the vaulted arcades, sit by the fountains, and just soak in the royal atmosphere. But there's also a hidden gem tucked right in the corner of the square. At number 6, you can walk straight into the second floor apartment of literary royalty. This is the Maison de Victor Hugo, the house of Victor Hugo. It's his actual home where he actually wrote a massive chunk of Les Miserables. And like many municipal museums in Paris, this permanent collection here is completely free. The rooms are incredibly moody, packed with his eccentric furniture and original drawings. Standing at his desk, looking out over the same square that inspired him, that's powerful for me. A historic moment that proves the absolute best views in Paris don't have to cost you a dime.
All right, so we finished the Victor Hugo Museum, touring the house. I have to say that house was so beautiful. I cannot get over all of the silk wallpaper that adorned all the different rooms, and how there was like padding. You couldn't obviously feel it, but there was padding, like quilt batting underneath the silk wallpaper, so it was further insulated. It was just so grand. And all of those beautiful pieces of art, the china, the fine china, the portraits, all of it is just incredible. I meant to see his office, but Victor Hugo's house was an incredible experience. I think what blew me away was not just the amount of space, because obviously I'm a New Yorker, but also the fact that he experienced so much tragedy in his personal life. His children dying, raising his grandchildren, and then of course the political upheaval that forced him into exile. I mean, the man went through it. You look at his life and you think, oh, it must have just been all privilege, right? Like all these beautiful houses, all of this beautiful luxury, all of this incredible stuff, but there's a price, you know? It just reminds you that no matter who you are, no matter how privileged you are, your humanity comes with a price to pay. And for him, it was quite significant with those really brutal losses of his children and just, you know, the ups and downs that his career would have tied to politics. It's pretty incredible stuff. All right, so we are leaving the Place de Vosges and we are going to the Eiffel Tower. It's gonna take about 40 minutes via the subway, le métro. So hopefully I won't get lost and hopefully I won't lose my cool and yell at someone. Because the French have that effect on me. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. So I get here and can you see the tower? It's covered in fog. My one day in Paris, covered in fog. Oh well. Well, we're gonna have to make the best of it. So we are here. Let's go and enjoy the tower together. Come on. This street that I'm on is called Rue de Buenos Aires. And it's interesting because it actually reminds me a lot of Buenos Aires, except for, of course, the Eiffel Tower. So here is the tower. Tower is located at Champs-Mars Park, or Champs Mars if you're American. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, you can just walk right up to it. I'm not gonna go up it because I've been up it before and there's like a long line, or actually the line isn't that long. Should I go up? No, because this is about free Paris and doing this is free. So let's just stick to free Paris. But yeah, I mean, it's too bad that it's Too bad that you can't see it. Too bad that I can't see it, because I'm here. The jackhammering makes it so romantic. Can you hear that jackhammering in the background? My goodness, how romantic. Okay, let's talk about that train trip that I took to get to the Eiffel Tower. I mean, I crossed what felt like the whole expanse of Paris today. I went over to the, from the Place de Vosges all the way to the Eiffel Tower. They had me on 2 different trains, yo. They had me on the Le Metro and then the RER. And the RER was like switching those tracks. Oh my God. It was like a production and a half. You know, it's not that bad if it's, okay, I hope to God I don't get murdered or run over. Oh shit, those cars are coming. I gotta go. I want to live. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm gonna get killed. Okay, anyway. It was such a production getting to the Eiffel Tower, only to find that the Eiffel Tower was covered in winter fog. Isn't that a riot? But what's really nice is that this whole area is clear, and look, you can even see the Eiffel Tower covered still in fog. Look, I'll show you this view right here. Can you see it in the distance? Let me see if I can zoom in. See, it's kind of shooting into the fog. I guess it's more clouds, right? Less fog. Anyway. So yeah. Getting to the Eiffel Tower from Place de Vosges was just cross-town madness. Oh my goodness. You know, it's not bad if you're staying here for a couple of days, because what you can do is you can look at the map and cover different places based on their arrondissements, their districts that they're at. So you can hit all the museums in one area, and then the next day do another area, and the next day do another area. So you're not crisscrossing all over town. But I just had about 8 hours, and that was it. And I see these bars here, so I don't think cars will come and kill me. These cars, they don't stop. They don't stop. They run you over. It's like, tant pis, too bad. That's on you, not me. C'est la vie, that's life. And it did over these bikes. My God, these bikes don't stop either. I was supposed to take you guys to the Petit Palais over just down the yonder, but honestly, I ran out of steam and I ran out of time, and I wasn't gonna be able to, I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to make it in time. I was cut short. But if you do have time, the Petit Palais, which is right across the street from, I think, the Grand Palais, but it's a really beautiful area, and you should definitely check it out if you have time. The Petit Palais, their permanent collection, which is pretty significant, has a nice, decent size, is free to enter as part of a free Paris. So you should definitely check that out. But instead, obviously, as you know, we went to the Hôtel Crillon, or if you're American, Hotel Crillon. Chilling at the Crillon. It's, of course, a very opulent hotel, which is right next to the U.S. Embassy. And yeah, I ate at their pastry shop, which is the Papillon Café. It was beautiful. It's, you know, it's like a 6-star hotel in a 5-star world, right? Everything was marble. Everything was high-end. The tea, the verbena tea, was delicious. The pastries, they were okay. They were kind of like restrained. They look really nice, but they were just definitely more on the restrained side. And yeah, but it was a great atmosphere. It was nice to sit down. It was nice just to kind of take a breather. Obviously, the cafe wasn't free. But with all the money I saved from paying to go into different museums, I thought, you know, it was a really nice treat to treat myself in a place of high opulence and indulge in a little luxury at the Hôtel de Crillon. Check it out if you're around the Place de la Concorde, which is honestly a really, really beautiful place. There's an obelisk that marks, I guess they stole the obelisk from probably Egypt. I don't know. It's just really beautiful here. There's so many different sites to behold, hang out, take pictures of, and enjoy. And this is a really, and also subways. There's a subway stop called the Concorde, which is perfect if you're going from place A to place B. If you just go down that way, you'll hit the Tuileries Gardens as well as the Louvre. So if you go that way, it's the Louvre, and then if you go that way, that's the Champs-Élysées, or if you're American, Champs-Élysées. Yeah, if you go that way, it's the Champs-Élysées, and that takes you to the place, the part of the Champs-Élysées that's like really super famous. So you want to definitely check that out as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I got to scoot because I got to catch my train because you got to be there early. Those Eurostars, seriously, give yourself that 90 minutes that they suggest because it is no joke. It is mad and furious. You're dealing with like a crush of people that come in and just push their way through. So give yourself time because you do have to do the hoops of going through two immigrations, Les Français and the British side. So just do yourself that favor, give yourself those 90 minutes. I'm giving myself a little bit of extra time to get to the Gare du Nord because of the fact that it's rush hour and I don't want to get snarled, and sometimes the trains have problems, and so I'm just giving myself a little bit of extra time to get there by 5:30. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna head over there now, and yeah, that's it. Can we also talk about the catacombs that are the subways in Paris? They have you walk in through tunnels and tunnels and more tunnels before you get to your train. I mean, this is some serious tunnel action here. So one of the things that you definitely want to be aware of when you get to Gare du Nord is a nexus point. It is mad, it is chaotic, it is confusing. There's Le Metro, there's the RER, and then there's the international rail lines, like the Eurostar, which is the one that I'm getting on. And it's crazy here. There's people running literally in every single direction. People don't care about you. They'll just run right over you, run through you, run into you. So you definitely want to be careful. It makes it harder when you're trying to figure out where to go. So here's what you do. If you take the subway from Paris to Gare du Nord, what you want to do is get off. You're going to have to exit out of some turnstiles. You're going to need your metro card that you use to get in through the metro. Use that same card to exit. And then what you want to look for are the Grand Lignes, which are the big lines. And you want to look for Hall 2. Hall 2, which has the British flag, that's the one you want. That's the one you're going to go to, and that's the one you're going to check through. Just go, and when in doubt, go up. So when you get off the subway and you clear the exit sign, you'll see stairs that will leading up. That's what you want to do. You do not go down, go up, and then look for Hall 2 with the British flag, and that will be kind of like your beacon or your light tower to go and find where you need to be to check in. Oh, and be careful because people in France ain't playing around. You in the way, you can get hurt, you can get smashed. So be careful.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. We have left to announce you that the Eurostar 9051